Want to get back here and explain that bombshell?
Time is tight, and your understanding unimportant.
Can I shoot him? Come on, let me shoot him.
Hey, we're in this together, and Smart Money says it's gonna be a tough fight.
Even in earnest, you underestimate.
So, anything you can tell us about what we're up against will be a plus.
We're all on the same team. We've got to work together.
I am in favor of this plan. Goldie Braun seems capable, despite his ridiculous name.
Imagine ambivalent omnipotence, drifting in darkness.
Speaking of dark...
Such was my celestial solitude. Power without purpose, until uncovered by Raker. His crew were convalescent. Plagued by a pox, I was serendipitously suited to soothe.
A ship full of sick people just happens upon someone with limitless healing?
We were need and needed, symptom and solace. They worshipped the wonder of my ways and declared me divine.
I think we know where this is going.
I do not know where this is going.
This is the scary part!
As the flock of followers fawned, a dark delight developed deep within me. And in the shadows it spoke. Weak whelps, pernicious priesting, feeble fools, fit for feasting. Hubris made hunger. A cancerous craving called Magus.
What did it want?
Complete devotion. I too heard this voice, and could hear nothing else.
Adulation, flagellation, gorged with grief and consternation.
I told you this was the scary part.
It was pure putrefaction, sown from the seed of my strength. My soul stone gone sour. I resolved to rip it out.
Rip it out? How?
A mechanical marvel wrought by Raker would sever the stone from my skull and excise the evil entangled within.
Translation: you let Raker steal your powers.
Whatever his wayward wander, he was on that day my friend. He swore to separate sanctity from sin, that my healing could yet be harnessed without harm.
Sure, but who's harnessing it?
I'm with Rocket. Raker knew exactly what he was doing. That man's a master manipulator. Damn it! Now you've got me doing it.
I bear no blame for my fallen friend. Our errant experiment all but broke us both.
Then how do you explain how your best bud got his hands on the stone and is now taking over the galaxy?
I cannot.
I think I can answer that. After I rejected my promise, I got pulled into Nikki's. Corel was there. She was trying to show me something.
Peter, you can't trust anything you saw in there.
This was different, and it felt different. She took me back to the QZ and I saw that Magus thing. I saw it get all twisted up with Nikki and I saw it kill Corel.
You hear yourself? How'd she show you this if she's dead?
Quite conceivably. Her soul may be snared by the stone, chained to the child.
That's what Corel said. The three of them are somehow connected. She said Nikki needs to accept her death.
Magus preys upon her pain, manipulates her mind while feeding on her flock of followers.
And I'm guessing it never gets full.
Its appetite is insatiable. If unassailed, Magus will absorb all.
We're gonna need one hell of a plan.
Well, you better come up with it quick, because I see daylight.
The bond between Magus and Matriarch must be broken. It harvests its hunger through the host.
So, Nikki's like the head vampire. If we cure her, it'll free the rest. Why didn't you just say that?
So step one, find Nikki.
Step 2, convince her mom ain't coming back from the dead.
Step 3, get that stone away from her and mop the floor with that Magus thing.
You show no shortage of assurance.
Yeah, this one's Mr. Positivity. It's enough to make you sick.
The stone is both bondage and bridge for Magus, and a young mind is most malleable. If Magus is merged with hers, she may not survive the severing.
We won't let it come to that.
Not to join the Golden Downer, but how are we supposed to find the kid?
What's going
What are you... Oh, Clark.
Clark.
Oh, Clark. Well, this can't be good.
They've got the Cortex. They can go anywhere, convert anyone.
Oh my god. Nikki!
We need to go now.
Why does that sound like you're not coming with us?
These are my people. Some still survive if I stay.
Then we'll stay and help.
Go. I'll be where I'm needed when I need to be. Just trust me.
Don't go dying on me. I'm starting to actually get you.
I know it's a big battle right now, but that is actually pretty cool to look at.
You wanna pop a squat, golden boy? You're making me nervous.
Or perhaps your nerves need gnawing.
What did I do?
This precarious plan proves more meek by the moment. The Madonna was meant to be among us.
She knows what she's doing. Eventually.
Sorry sins I have wrought to wrest me among such a motley crew.
Hey, that's...
Did he? Did he take my room?
Not so much as a yip from the mud. Groot says he'll keep trying. Where's Mr. Fancy Words?
It is assumed Peter Quill's quarters. It was a daring display of dominance.
Don't you start.
Usually I'd say, who needs him, but we do. So you better fix this one, Quill.
Just try not to piss him off any more than he already is.
If it is to be a fight to the death, I will honor the outcome.
If he kills you, I get your guns.
Oh, Rocket. Okay,
Bet
so...
on Peter winning that fight. Took all 5 of us to beat him last time.
I still can't believe he caught one of my smart bombs. Just like that.
We have already fought the man.
Hold on, you don't remember?
I remember sparring against the Celestial Madonna in a small village. And then the cold darkness of the Promise devouring my soul. Until you found me.
Yeah, you missed a lot.
Moore, are you okay letting Mantis fight the church alone out there?
She won't fight. She'll focus on evacuating people. Maybe they can all hide in the caves.
So she's just gonna let the church take over her homeworld?
Mantis would tell you that people matter more than the planet. And she knows that the church won't stop coming until we rescue Nikki.
You have great confidence in this Celestial Madonna.
She's one of the few people I know I can trust.
Really? She freaks me out.
Because she's smarter than you?
And kinder.
Hey, that nickname makes my skin crawl. I'm furry, not fuzzy. Not even that little.
Oh, little fuzzy.
Hey, Quill.
You seem like you're in a good mood.
Do I? I've got a great idea for a new blaster extension. Can't wait to put it together.
Interesting.
Well, now that the gang's back together and we've got a minute to breathe, I think you deserve an official thank you for what you did on Lamentus.
Quill,
I know you don't like that kind of sappy stuff, but I really mean it. Knowing about the crap those scientists did to you, not only does it make my blood boil, it puts everything into perspective.
Come on. It was just a puddle.
I don't know if I could have gotten over something like that.
You saved our lives, man. You deserve a bit of praise.
The rodents saved your lives, and scientists were involved. I have many questions.
Yeah, we'll save them for the next time we all get a drink together, buddy.
Also, can I use this
Fine,
workbench?
fine. I'll make your dumb stuff. Just tell me what you want.
Let me see what I can get. Alright, low life buff. Yeah, sure.
Small marvel crafted.
Alright. Ah, I cannot get a perfect dodge. What else can I get though? Extra shield? That might be nice. Shield restoration delay? Maybe I'll just go with extra shield. I literally almost have all the upgrades. Just need how many more? Let's see. Try to do some quick math here. So 160 plus, what was it, like 230 for the advanced components, and then was it 1,000 plus 800? Okay, so I actually had to pull together some
This work is
resources.
worth more than you're worth, Quill.
Wow, okay. This fridge is always open.
Did you just...
You have closed the refrigerator door.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I thought I was the only one who ever bothered.
I thought I was the only one.
I observed the tree closing at once.
Cool story.
Glad you're back on our side, Drax. I got a feeling we'll need to go full destroyer on this one.
I shall be ready, Peter Quill. I have witnessed the threat posed by Magus firsthand. No one should suffer from its malignant lies. I owe all of you a great debt of gratitude. It'll be my honor to fight beside you with all of my might.
That's a lot of might. Groot agrees with you, Muscles.
Sounds like we've got ourselves a nice church butt-kicking party.
I only hope our guest agrees to join this buttock-striking celebration.
This buttock striking. Okay, hold on. Now, which one is Drax? Okay, here we go.
Oh. You didn't light it.
Peter Quill, I did not expect to find you in here.
Hey, sorry. I didn't mean to.
It is fine. Your company is always welcome. And thank you for the gift.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Figured you might want to light it from time to time in memory of your family.
Why would a lit candle remind me of my family? Every memory I have of them has been carved into my flesh.
You... What?
The red scars that I bear. They are a record of every great deed, an important milestone in my life.
Oh. I just thought it was because they look cool.
No, Peter Quill. On Katath, we practice scarification, so that there is a record, proof, that one is worthy to enter Ul'Tath. Such a record is required for judgment in the afterlife.
Wow. Huh.
So, your tattoos are actually a record of your life that's been carved into your skin?
Yes. The process is known as the Jil Tara, and is extremely painful. It requires focus and self-control, and occurs many times in a Katathian's life.
No offense, Drax, but they just look like a bunch of swirly lines.
Perhaps to you. To me, they are the most important moments of my life. Each line is composed of 1,000 scars, each engraved with the tooth of a walnut creature.
What kind of moments get recorded? Kill counts? Stuff like that?
No, Peter Quill. A Katathian life record is a record of just that. Major milestones and important events. Like the day I became a man.
Gross.
And the day that Hovat accepted my proposal of marriage. And later, the marriage ceremony itself. And the day that Hovat gave birth to my daughter, Kamaria. And the day that I lost them both.
Now I see why they're scars.
Yes. Once I believed my failure to avenge their deaths had banished us all to Sarduth. But now, thanks to you and the others, I see a deeper truth. Life does not have meaning without suffering as well.
I never knew that that was actually what his marks were.
So, hypothetically speaking, if you died tomorrow, what would happen?
My Cho-Tak, my life essence, would travel to the gates of Ultath. There I will be judged by the great kings and queens of ages past, and if deemed worthy, the gates will open.
And if you're not, you know, worthy?
The gates do not open.
And...
I am cast into Sarduth, where I will cease to exist.
yeah. I guess that's bad. So, like, how do these kings and queens know if you're worthy?
By reading the scars that make up my life record. From that they will judge whether I am worthy. For some, a life of meaning comes from their trade. For others, their family. And others yet, from following the warrior's path. Each is a valid entry into the gates of Ultath. Hence the record.
What happens if you don't have a record?
Ah, like yourself.
Sure. Like me, what happens to someone like me? Do I just immediately get thrown into Sarduth?
No, Peter Quill. Your record is instead given by those who knew you in life.
Ooh, yeah. I might have some problems.
Doubtful. I've seen your dedication to the Kree child and woman, and to this crew. And what you did for me. It is a testament to your worthiness.
Oh, thanks. If anyone deserves a happy afterlife, Drax, it's you. Think you'll be adding any more to your tattoos?
Yes.
Like maybe a Guardians of the Galaxy logo?
Perhaps.
Good enough for me.
Wow, what a wholesome moment. That was really nice. I'm glad I explored that option. Okay,
Kinda glad Loop-the-Loop stayed on Lamentus. My ears were ringing from all her nonsense.
I prefer Mantis's nonsense to Warlock's.
The Golden Man is perfectly intelligible.
Sure, his words make sense. I'm just having trouble with all the pathos.
Yeah, like, what's with the dramatic wardrobe change? Who sleeps in a cocoon and owns a cape?
Capes are nice. I actually dig the cape.
alrighty. Warlock?
Hey, Warlock. Open up. This is my room, you know. And that would be my cassette cover.
You penned this pithy poetry?
It's not poetry, it's music. Hard rock. It's supposed to have guitars and bass and drums.
Simplistic scriptures, as is its scribe.
Okay. What's your deal, man? What did I do to piss you off?
Your lamentable leadership allowed the Madonna to leave when we needed her talents to travel to the telepathic realm.
Mantis had good reason to stay behind. We just need to get Nikki and get the hell out so we can find her again.
Your tenuous tactics trust too much to fortune. Can you confidently convince me your meager measures may amply manage this mission?
I'm going to clarify.
My meager what?
Your meager metal. We stand against an adversary unlike any before, blinded by burning, hope-fueled hate.
Magus, right, your evil twin. That's our adversary.
Before such a blaze, still a stooge may steer, but your wide-eyed wonder is merely wit and moxie. You strut as an insecure cock, uncertain of his stature.
Insecure cock.
Does that mean what I think it means?
This audacity acts as stilts on sand as the tide thralls you in. Leading must be wrought off the fullness of your yearning yoke. Will it be so?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Wise words. Sure and measured. But beheld by my bemused misgivings, your demeanor differs distinctly in direction from my more willful ways.
Maybe we can meet in the middle then.
Yes. An oath. Will you own an oath to operate with greater aggression? To give gravitas to gravid seasons of your soul, and struggle not to stand on destiny's icy flows?
Sure, man. Whatever it takes.
Then assert it.
I swear I'll be a good leader. That I'll be decisive and that I won't let Manus do whatever she wants.
I stand partially reassured.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm gonna turn the tables.
What about you, Mr. Fancy Words? How do I know you won't see Raker and have a change of heart?
Why would I weasel away?
Didn't you used to be best buds with him?
We were common company for a fleeting fallow, through which I witnessed the incommensurable extent of his sadness. He mourns his lost son.
That's why he's doing all of this. The church, the matriarch? Because he wants to get his kid back. But that can't happen, right? Magus can't...
No. Cannot.
So? We can count on you? When you reunite with Raker, that man's gotta go down.
Indubitably.
Does that mean we're good?
I hope Peter Quill has convinced our guest to fight alongside us.
So, how is he?
Frustrating. It's like talking to Suzanne Harris at the summer dance all over again.
Ain't that the Hume girl you tried to impress with your yo-yo skills?
Yeah, and it went about as well as talking to Mr. Cape.
What's a yo-yo?
My shoulders are sore.
Yeah, Mantis is heavier than she looks.
How is she connected with my soreness?
She rode your back all the way down the caves to Goldie's place?
Really?
Alright, guess I'll pilot the ship.
Rodent, you mentioned the Madonna riding my shoulders through the caves.
It may be up to us to stop the church in nowhere. You ready?
I am Groot.
He's worried about the mutt. Says it would be easier with his help.
I didn't think Cosmo would let the church take over a station. But if they got the Cortex, then...
He is but one canine against the army of the converted.
That's a good point. But we have a story. And a story must progress.
That explains why we ain't been able to reach Cosmo. If you don't answer it, they'll vaporize us.
I will handle this communication.
All yours, buddy.
Hail, traveler. Have you accepted the truth of a divine promise?
We have. My deceased wife and daughter are with me. Thank the matriarch for her gift.
May the promise be fulfilled. You are clear to land at the spaceport.
Well played.
All them bars. And betting parlors.
And noodle joints.
Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
I assume it will be worse.
Raker rallies regiments, while we wait whistling in the wings.
Landing as fast as I can, Gold. What the flark?
Whoa, hey man!
Cocoon Boy thinks he's a butterfly now.
He is a man of action.
Wow. Bold move.
Let's just hope that he can keep the church busy while we look for Nikki.
Didn't think you'd be able to bluff your way through security muscles.
I am quite adept at deception.
We're gonna need more than that to get to the Continuum Cortex and rescue Nikki.
Especially with Golden Boy jumping ship. Should we, like, try to find him?
Time is running out. We cannot lose focus if we are to save the girl.
Drax is right. Let's just hope Warlock can do a bit of damage on his side.
Alright.
So, final showdown against Raker. This time, you'll get him for good.
I intend to. We're not leaving here without Nikki.
I agree.
Just so you know, I'll do everything I can to save your girl. I know it's important to you.
I appreciate that, Gamora. Llama.
You take care of the Milano, okay? Make sure the ship's still here when we come back.
I agree.
I hope we can salvage some stuff if we go through the market.
I'm Groot.
Not scavenging. I mean, like, salvage some mementos. Who knows what'll happen with Nowhere now that the church bulldozed it?
I am Groot.
Groot wants you to know he'll do all he can to save your kid.
You know what? I think I kinda understood that.
I am Groot.
Same here. Can't wait to whoop some robe flarkers. Your kid sure got herself in a deep, Quill.
Her mom died, man. If Warlock's telling the truth, that thing inside her is using Corell's death to manipulate her.
I get it. Ain't gonna be easy getting her out of there, but I'll die trying.
Appreciate it.
Gotta make the Flarkers pay for what they did to Nowhere. And Contraxia. And all the killing and converting and stuff.
Yeah, all that. All the above. Drax?
Drax,
I am. My blades are as sharp as the rodent's tongue.
was that a metaphor?
It was a simile.
Wow. I've never heard you use a simile.
Just wanted to make sure you didn't have any lingering effects from the promise.
I know the evil it conceals. Magus and the church must be stopped.
Well, in that case, onward and forward.
Let's do this. Time to save Nikki.
Peter.
Okay. Just be cool. Let me handle these guys.
Wouldn't it be better to let Drax handle them?
Welcome, travelers. Have you come to witness the fulfillment?
The what now?
The realization of the Matriarch's promise. The beginning of a new world. One without death, or pain, or fear. You should know this. Weren't you vetted and cleared to land here?
What? Of course we were.
How are you not aware of the fulfillment? Something is wrong. These heretics must be stopped. Attack!
Oh, great. Oh, what's this? Oh, Mega ability unlocked. The Wrath of Katath? Rejecting his promise and fully accepting his family's deaths showed Drax how truly strong he is. He'll now deal moderate damage and heavy stagger to a single enemy, and moderate stagger to all nearby enemies when enraged. He also deals more stagger while raging. Well, isn't that cool? Alright. Let's see. Oh, okay. That was weird. Drax?
I shall break their
Oh god. And Groot, can you time down? And Rocket. Here we go.
The Roby one's making the rest of them hard to kill!
The ecclesiastic must
Ah,
be
yes. Woo. I don't want to be... Oh wait, hold on. Hey, stop trying to shoot me, bro. Okay, who is trying to shoot me right now? Here we go. Ah, he is...
Our blows seem insignificant.
He is hard to take down, I will admit. Here we go. Oh, he knocked me off. Oh god.
Watch out!
powers them with do not let the Flying One end his team!
Put a target on him!
Oh god.
Hey, Quill!
This guy's gonna make it hard.
Fireworks!
Actually, yeah, I do want to see some fireworks, buddy.
Right! That floating freak's mixing up the rest!
Gamora?
Got that!
I totally missed. Alright, rocket.
Rocket! Do your thing!
Oh my, I keep jumping off!
Show me 112!
I thought I was a goner, man.
Perish!
Alright, hold on. Groot, can you tie him down?
No fair! He's boosting everyone but us!
Alright, huddle.
Guys, huddle up!
Victory will soon be ours, my friends, unless they send reinforcements.
If they do, we'll have to move like lightning. Hit them from behind. But what if they're too fast? We'll need another plan.
Let's see. Okay.
You're gonna get creamed out there, and you wanna know why? Because we keep trying to fight fair.
What?
But in this galaxy, you don't win by fighting fair. Let's give those losers a taste of their own medicine. Who's with me?
That was
Quill?
unique.
Yep, kind of messed that one up. I think that's the first one I didn't get like a really good response, to be honest. Alright, hold on. Groot.
Slow him down!
Rocket. Yeah, can you get that? And then, see, Drax.
You have caused
Thank
us
you.
consternation, but no longer!
Yeah, get him, Drax. Man, actually,
Last time someone got stabbed.
triangle. Here we go. Just keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting.
I blew something up!
Come on.
I'm
Nice.
a goner!
Woo!
Say a prayer!
Yeah! I love playing South Marcellus!
Drop
And
that weirdo!
there we go. Oh, finally. I have 3 ability
Better
points.
pray their new world comes without death or pain or fear, because I'm gonna kill him for flarking up this spaceport.
They have been very busy redecorating.
All the more reason for us to get to the Cortex and find Nikki.
Drax, can you pull it?
It shall move by my will. Assuming we find the girl, how do we sever her connection with Magus?
We don't. If Cocoon Boy ain't around to suck it up afterward.
We'll just have to reason with her.
Am I supposed to jump up here? Nice. Resources. And costumes. Thanos Imperative outfit, huh?
Fulfillment thing. What was that?
Hold on. Wait. So I got all... Wait. Alright, so it's between... Oh boy. Between Gamora, Drax, and Groot? Okay, hold on. Strikes a single enemy, dealing moderate damage, followed by a wave of energy that deals moderate stagger. Yeah, why not? Why not?
He says you, seem tense.
Scott! Cosmos Tower's shut down.
That's because it's never been dark before. You do realize some of the guys shooting at us were nowhere security?
This does not bode well for the dog.
Never was Lamott's biggest fan, but we could have used a backup telepath.
If Cosmo is on their side, getting to the Cortex could be a lot harder.
This mission is about saving Nikki. It'll be a real shame if Cosmo bought into the promise, but like we said in Lamentus, if we cure her, we cure everybody.
What kind of promise could they offer a dog anyway? A nice game of fetch.
Exactly. We just gotta have faith he's okay.
Really, Peter? Faith?
Kinda dreading what we're gonna see in the marketplace.
The same thing we saw when we flew in.
Yeah, but it'll be up close. Nowhere really stunk sometimes, but...
Clark! Over there!
There's so many of them. I thought most nobodies would have rejected the promise.
Everyone wants something they can't have.
Yeah, but these crooks were suspicious of anyone.
Yeah, I don't know, Rocket. Like Gamora said, everybody wants something.
The church tailors their offer to the individual.
Seems to me most of them would give in.
Or they'd be killed. Not an easy choice.
They got Flark and Faith batteries everywhere.
Just like on Hell's Hope.
Perhaps they have built another giant ray gun inside the continuum cortex.
To siphon Faith from multiple worlds at once? Is that even possible?
The energy ain't filling these batteries. It's moving away from them.
So they're powering something.
Sure looks like it.
Got a bunch of components here. What else?
I'm surprised the church was able to seize the Cortex. It seemed pretty secure last time.
Wasn't half as secure as the dog thought.
Oh shoot. Alright, hold on.
They do not fear death.
Don't mean we can't hurt them.
Just keep shooting. Group. Nice. And Gamora, what's... Whoop. Here we go. I missed it.
You guys are stuck up here?
Whoa, hey now.
That was pretty good.
More batteries the deeper we go. 100 units says they're tied to the fulfillment.
Priest said that they were bringing...
They can't raise the dead, especially after we save Nikki.
What is this, by the way? Oh, nowhere security.
When we are done here, we will need to tell a Rhapsodus about these adventures.
Oh, what?
They are the keepers of Catathian lore. This will be an epic tale.
Alright, weak point. Okay. Whoop. I think I gotta use this. Yes. There it is.
Wonder if any of these fortune tellers saw this coming.
Unlikely.
Wait.
They were all charlatans.
Most of them were pickpockets and fences. Pretty useful people to know.
The smuggler outfit. Alright. Alright, which way? Which way? What's this? Okay.
Don't suppose we could try tricking them again? Make them believe we're all promised up?
Not unless you can fake that purple glow they all seem to have.
Okay, can't really go in through here. Can I just climb? No? Wait.
I've been
I'm
thinking
confused.
about what Warlock said.
Which part? He hasn't stopped talking since we met him.
About how Nikki and that Magus thing might be too intertwined to save her.
Is that what he said? It's easier to understand Bug Lady.
I'm confused now. Where do I... Drax, where do I go? I'm confused. Right, it says... Let's go this way.
I had a contact here. Rotations ago.
You did? Was it Blur?
Oh wait, I see.
No. Shadupin. Butts, maybe?
Over here! Looks like we can squeeze through.
We must be close to Mantlo's bar. Can you see it?
Not really. There's a lot of debris in the way.
There is no way through this wall.
Could be a bunch of wackos just waiting for us on the other side.
Good point. Peter, you should find a... Whoa! Peter!
Well, that didn't work.
Clark, I'm going in.
What about the fanatics?
I'll toast them if I see him. We're the only ones who can do this, right? Clear
Fair
back
enough.
here, Quill. Looks like you're gonna have to yank a chunk free from this side, though.
Alright.
Gamora, you should be able to get your sword in there now. Give me a boost.
Thank you.
Scott! Not Mantlo's. Look at her. This is personal, Quill.
Aww.
Don't leave me
I
hanging.
know how much you love this dive.
It was the one spot in this whole Flarkin galaxy where a guy could feel safe. I mean, except for the bar brawls and the security raids and the bounty hunters.
We'll drink to it later. Right now, we've got to keep moving.
Yeah. Everyone's got that special place, you know?
There's been no sign of Goldie Braun since he left from our ship.
Adam Warlock.
Might be splattered somewhere across the lower city.
Or got picked up by a wandering creep squad.
Or maybe he was lying about which side he was on and is just waiting to attack us.
The Warlock carries an old grudge. He did not align himself with the Grand Unifier.
And what do we need the Golden Boy for anyways? We were doing fine without him.
I was not fine. Magus was devouring my soul. Your memory is suspect.
Memory is flawless. I'm just an optimist.
Warlock's stronger than any of us. And he's got a pretty good reason to hate Raker.
So you buy his ripped my soul in two story.
Just saying, if anybody stands a chance...
Careful. There's treachery ahead.
Whoa. The Emporium used to be right here. Did the church destroy it?
Doubt it. The Collector probably blasted out of here at the first sign of trouble.
Before the first sign. Collector's supposed to be able to see the future.
Oh yeah? Never saw me coming, that's for sure.
Looks like the church is trying to keep us out of there.
That's not gonna work.
And shimmy.
Careful, Peter Quill.
Guys, look down. It's an awful lot of light.
You're thinking it's the full Flarkman, ain't you? But it could just be runoff from the cables. Whatever these whack jobs are up to, they need a lot of juice.
Perhaps this is how they powered their fleet to reach Lamentus.
Yeah, the Cortex could...
Nikki had Warlock's soul stone in her hand. What if it's fused there and Raker's trying to remove it?
Like you did with Goldilocks? Didn't work all that well the first time.
The girl may have sensed the evil in the stone and insisted they try again.
Or she's outlived her usefulness and Raker wants the stone's power for himself.
Hey guys, let's try to stay
To find the
optimistic.
girl and stop whatever they are doing.
And we'll have to be ready for them to try and stop us.
The converted ones will be prepared to die in order to bring their loved ones back to life.
Which is pretty ironic if you think about it.
Yeah, I guess that is ironic. Alright, hold on. Here we go.
Our level
And
of cooperation
push.
is invigorating. We have become a formidable team.
Yep, sure have, Drax.
Ain't we just one big, happy Flarkin family?
Gamora, did you just phase through me?
What are you doing with that garbage?
She's not garbage.
I'm having flashbacks to that scene in Mulan. You know the one? With the burned down village and they find the girl's doll?
Power of the light! Via Magnati!
No!
The Guardians of the Galaxy! Save the believers and alert the Grand Unifier! The movement must not be stopped!
Oh boy. Actually, Gamora... Oh, never mind.
He finally snapped. Gamora, wait for us!
No, she's not gonna wait. Just keep shooting. Oh, I timed it good. Oh, you got him, Drax? Man, she is enraged. Hey, get back down here. Nice. Nice. Can I shoot you? Actually, no, I'm just gonna pull you down. Nice. God, Gamora is going crazy.
Gamora's slicing through them above it at him, big guy!
Lob it.
Another serving of pain from Drax! I love it!
And rocket. Hell yeah. I love this.
I am primed to destroy!
Alright, hold on. There he is. Ah! Can I get him?
What's going on? Our foes laugh as their shaman compels them!
Rocket.
Rocket!
And Drax.
Prepare yourself!
Here we go.
We've got enough on our hands.
Nice. Get down here.
Again?
Get back over here. Nice.
At least we stopped whatever that priest was doing here!
Oh.
He just went bonkers.
Gamora? Wait, where is she?
My great strength goes underutilized! There are more arriving!
Good lord. Gamora?
You good?
Never better.
Yep, definitely not good. Gamora, wait, hold on a sec.
Why? So more children can be sacrificed in the name of Raker's flarked up church?
Of course not,
Just what, Peter?
I don't know. Breathe.
Every minute we waste. We don't have time to breathe.
I know Raker brings back bad memories.
This isn't about Thanos. It's about Nikki and what men like Raker and Thanos do to girls like her. Like me. My sister. If I had just been better at protecting Nebula, maybe she wouldn't be dead.
Wait, Nebula's dead?
What? Nebula's dead? How? By who? Tell me, so I can find him and shake his Kratak hand.
Ooh, not the time, Rocket. What?
You killed your sister?
She is the one you saw in the Matriarch's promise.
That's how I knew it was a lie. The Nebula I knew had been twisted into a hateful, vengeful monster thing. One who would never stop unless I stopped her. So I did. I just never expected to survive.
Why didn't you say something?
It's not exactly a conversation starter. Hi, I'm Gamora. I murdered my sister. Can we be friends? Of course we can't. How can you be friends with a monster? Why would you want that on your team? A team I actually kind of enjoyed being on. All things considered.
Well, I hate Nebula, so I actually would have... What? I'm just saying it don't change nothing.
Actually, it changes everything. The most deadly woman in the galaxy just admitted she loves us.
I did not.
You did. You said you were in love with us right after the part about killing your sister.
I said I enjoyed your company.
That is the Catathian definition of love.
Like. I'll give you like. Can we just move on?
Agreed. That's about all the love fest I can take.
We accept you, Gamora Zenuburi.
Pretty sure we're married now.
This is excruciating.
All right, I'm pretty sure we've all caught our breath. Let's say we go stop a nutjob cult leader.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, mega ability unlocked. Executioner. Alright, having revealed the truth about Nebula and found a family who accepts her for all that she is, Gamora no longer holds back. She was holding back? The deadliest woman in the galaxy now deals super heavy damage by hitting a single target with multiple strikes. Oh, let's see what this looks like.
Incoming!
Oh my god, it's overkill. Oh, hold on, I meant this one. Yeah, shock him. Shock damage is OP. Alright, hold on. Rocket. Just keep shooting. Nice! Timed it just right.
We ain't gonna see him again. No way.
Wait. Oh no. Hey now.
You're right, buddy.
Oh dang it.
You just messed with the wrong attack here.
Here we go.
This has got my name on it.
Oh, it takes so much damage.
So you can forget what I just said, right?
Now you love
Woo.
us? No way! I'll treasure that moment.
Drax.
Barely cut into his armor.
Nice. Get him.
Ouch! That's gotta hurt.
Yep. Just keep shooting. Ah, I didn't time it right.
There's so many of them.
Groot, can you time down? Rocket.
Lock and load, Rocket.
Here we go.
Save your ammo.
Nice. Good lord. Alright. It takes so many shots to kill this thing.
Harder for them to stop us.
Oh no, I got sick.
Is it
Drax.
fair we're barely denting this thing?
Nice. Oh my god, another Hellfire? Come on.
Maybe he's already saved Nikki? You okay?
Gamora?
Now's your chance, Gamora!
Hell yeah. Do your thing, Gamora.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of misfits. I get it.
Oh my god, he knocked me down.
Ready.
Put him down before I carve out your eyeball.
I want to kill this thing so bad. Nice.
Let's give him hell.
Now you have no arms. Oh come on, I missed it. Oh boy.
You struggle in vain.
Here we go.
Forget what I just said, right?
Let's do it.
Now you love us? No way! I'll treasure that moment! How do they have this many goons?
With access to the
Woo.
vortex, who knows how many reserve forces they can bring in here. We gotta shut it down.
Let's get to the bridge. Cosmos Tower is the quickest way.
Alright. Is there anything down here that I need? Probably not.
So Gamora,
Oh, wait.
how am I supposed to drop the most interesting thing she's ever done?
Wait, can I drop down here? Oh boy. Nope. Can't do it. That's a shame. You would think I'd be able to just drop down.
You know, I usually hated when that Cosmos spotlight would shine down on me, but now I kind of miss it.
I did not know you were so sentimental.
Almost drowning changes a guy.
Oh wait, am I going the wrong way? Hold on. Sorry, team. They're probably like, where are you going? Alright.
We should be prepared in case the Grand Unifier arrives.
too wide to cross.
Maybe we can bridge the gap.
We keep saying bridge, and it's starting to sound like a made-up word.
All words are made up.
Oh, Drax?
Drax?
I have been eager to topple something over.
Nice. Thanks, buddy.
You see that kid in the ritual thing?
I could not miss him.
You think the church did that to his head, or was the poor sucker born like that?
Really? A fate force field?
If we can find the power source, we should be able to turn it off.
Let's get looking then.
Oh, nice. More components. Should be getting pretty close to another upgrade, right? Let's see.
You gotta disconnect the power, Quill.
Yep. How do I disconnect the power? This one? Okay.
Can't you do something to shut off the power?
There we go.
That's it, Peter. Let's go. We need to get out of here before Raker shows up.
All right, dead ahead. Let's book it.
That was not the time.
Ooh, bad timing.
Guardians of the Galaxy. The Matriarch has chosen to enact the fulfillment from this station. And you shall not stop her.
She hasn't chosen anything. You've been manipulating her from the start.
She is the light. And I am merely her servant.
Kinda hard to be the light with that dark monster thingy inside of her.
Blasphemy! You may have rejected her promise, but you will believe when it returns you from death's cold clutches.
Oh, it's Warlock.
Your pain has pushed you to a perilous precipice, old friend.
How? It can't be.
Oh, but it is.
I saw you die.
Form is fleeting, but the foundation remains forever. Now cease this stubborn senselessness, before it reaps a ruinous reward.
Ruinous.
Oh my god, is he actually making a dent?
Oops.
Oh boy. Alright, hold on. Groot. Then I want Rocket.
Blitz of Rocket!
And then Drax.
We need to close this distance.
Yep, shoot. Okay, I got it.
Approach the dog's tower.
Gamora?
We're almost halfway there.
There we go. Nice. Okay. And, Groot.
Make like a tree! This'll work! We can leapfrog our way back onto the bridge!
Leapfrog?
It's a... Just follow my lead!
Can I punch you off? Or maybe Drax can?
Make sure you don't fall off.
Oh, it's so much damage.
Way
Nice.
to knock some sense into him.
Hey, Quill! Wanna see some fireworks?
Can I pull you from that far? Oh my god, I can. Nice. Oh.
Get to that elevator!
Oh boy.
Rooftops will provide some cover.
Here we go. Nope. Ah.
We approach the
Real.
God's tower!
Hold on,
Oh.
Nikki! We're coming!
Pull you down. Can I punch you off? Nice.
I'm ready! Just find me an opening!
Groot.
Groot! Show him your roots!
Nice.
Fix that cuckoo Nova Corman's clock!
Quill's killing loopy
Crush
cops
him,
now.
Drax.
Music to my ears.
There we go. Ah. Hold on. Where are you? There you go.
Okay! We gotta get to that elevator!
At least the rooftops will provide some cover!
Oh boy. I didn't mean to do that. Where am I supposed to go?
Make sure you don't fall off!
Whoop.
I got jet boots, remember?
Boy and Uni Parker are still at it.
Punch him off. Nice.
We're sitting ducks!
Oh, hold on.
Gamora! The billboard!
Good call!
You find more snipers over there. You saved me one.
No promises!
Thanks, Gamora.
Busted open the Nova Corps crackpot!
Way to knock some
Send it
sense
their
into
way,
him!
Drax!
Dang, Drax, you just like teleported, bro.
Hit him down, Groot!
And Rocket.
Move away, Rocket!
Stay away from the edges!
I'll lay down cover fire to get you across.
Woo.
We approach the God's tower!
Hold on,
Yep.
Nikki! We're coming!
Alright. Which way? This way?
Make sure you don't fall off!
Draw their fire while I cross to the next roof!
Oh, Gamora does so much damage. It's amazing.
As
Woo.
it's just once I'd like to cross this bridge without incident!
You can thank Goldie for that.
The Warlock saved us from second death!
I ain't scared of Razor in his little light show.
Nice. Woo. Alright. Gamora. Nice.
Perhaps this will tell tale of our battles here!
Hey, time down.
Stop buzzing around! Come down here and fight me!
I also require the grounding of this renegade!
Here we go.
Stay away from the
Here we go.
I gotta get close to get over!
I love the battles.
We don't need Golden Boy's help.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that was great. Right in the butt. Did you see the look on his face? It was all like, oh, my gilded glutes.
Regal rear!
His perfect posterior! His
Champion cheeks!
Look out!
Do you first!
Let's not add to our problems!
Oh, Lark. Jump down, I guess.
We approach the God's tower!
Hold on, Nikki! Too close!
Woo! I'm down. And Rocket. Hell yeah. So much damage.
Now it's Nova!
These soldiers are deadlier than the local security!
Drax.
Do your thing, Drax!
Stay away from the edges!
Actually, no, Shock. I want Shock.
How many are there? It's like all of nowhere.
Nice.
As long as they're here, they can't go through with the whatever they called it!
The full Markman.
That was not the name!
I like it better.
There we go. Ah, I'm stuck. There we go.
Man! I totally laid out that cycle! Do your thing,
Quill's
Gamora!
killing loopy cops now. Music to my ears.
Actually, I should just pull you down. Nice. There we go. Ah.
Make sure you don't fall off!
I got jet boots, remember?
Wait, Gamora, how did you get up there?
Unleash me onto these fools!
Alright, Drax, whatever you want, buddy. But first...
Keep shooting! I'll get closer!
Okay, nope, can't do that.
I got all these toys I'm just dying to use!
Finally! I think they're giving up.
Just in time, because we're not getting back on that bridge.
I know where we are. There's a road nearby that intersects the main bridge to Cosmos.
Where?
It should be, right below us.
Right below us. Okay.
This carnage brings back troubling memories of worlds I destroyed.
We need to be on the other side of this thing.
Here we go.
We're not getting over.
Would under suffice?
Gamora?
Do you mind, Gamora?
Really?
Perhaps we should summon the ship to deliver us to our destination.
Drax, buddy, let's make a hole.
Nice.
That's one way down.
The best way.
Battle must be dangerous. Is any of this structurally sound?
Something tells me it never was.
Look! They're still at it!
At least our guy seems to be winning.
Oh, I gotta pull it? Okay.
Groot thinks we'll be nowhere royalty once we save it. Ba-ba-ba-boom, baby!
You sure are destroying a lot of advertising today.
Like we need another reminder to buy Calyx cream.
This is a
Must
fair
suck
point.
to be a celestial head, just floating around the edge of the universe's stuck toilet. And then parasites move in and build a space station. They start digging out your brains. Until a death cult evicts everybody and starts blowing up what's left of you. Oh, you gotta be flarking kidding me.
No? Alright, hold on.
Always knew nowhere would get raided, but not like this. Thought it would be the world mine cracking down on us. We're so close.
Alright, maybe exploited or destroyed with enough force. God, I cannot talk. Okay, hold on.
What kind of flartnard only puts controls on?
Don't suppose Groot knows another side route.
If I could just get to the other side, I could hack that thing and drop the bridge.
If you can get to the other side, we can get to the other side, and it wouldn't matter.
Throw me.
What?
Throw me! Just get muscles to huck me across.
Are you sure?
You kidding? After the fit you threw last time?
This ain't like the last time. You all... I trust you guys.
Leave this to me!
Glad that wasn't wrong.
You are a valued member of this team. Not a tool to be thrown about.
Worried about this ritual. And what's really gonna happen if we can't stop it.
Ain't gonna be dead people coming back, holding hands and wagging tails, that's for sure.
We won't have to worry about that. I know I can get through to Nikki. This is Raker's doing, not hers.
I won't give up on her either.
Nor will I.
Yeah, and neither will the Grand Unicorn.
He will regret it.
Alright, lads.
How dumb are these flartnards to even fall for this full flarkment garbage?
Magus demands adulation, trapping you with vile illusion while feeding on your soul.
I felt it in my promise too. That endless hunger.
Oh yeah. Hungry is an understatement.
Holy faith!
All that light isn't leading to the Cortex. It is the Cortex.
How could that mutt let this happen?
Looks like you'll get to ask him yourself.
This isn't going to end well.
Oh.
We've got to get down there!
Don't count him out just yet. I've seen him get out of worse scrapes.
Here we go. This. Alright, hold on.
Take these off, people!
Here we go.
Away from my dog!
And Drax.
Take their bookies and screaming veterans!
Put down
Oh boy.
And on the week.
Is it me or we barely denting this thing?
Ah,
it is
there's
as
two of them.
valuable as it is large. We must break it.
Gamora. Oh, hello. There you go. You're out. Oh, my frame rate is dropping. There's so much going on. Oh boy. Huddle.
Guys, huddle up.
Feel like that was a pretty good time to call it.
What a bunch of losers! Me and Groot, we win this in our sleep.
Thanos used to time me in fights like this just to make it interesting.
They are no match for these blades, Peter Quill.
Alright.
Alright, listen. This isn't our first rodeo, guys. Problem is, if we play it cocky, one little mistake is gonna bring us down. So let's get back out there, give this fight complete dedication, and make them scream. Who's with me?
Die!
This is gonna be...
Yeah!
Oh yeah, been too long since I blew something up.
Alright, Rocket.
Cultists, Rocket! Go wild!
Nice. Gamora.
It's all you, Gamora!
Yep.
Beware!
And whoop. Right. Drax.
Groot! Now is our
Go! Do it now! Nice.
The mechanical beast is running out of limbs.
Gamora.
I was just trying to wake him up!
These deluded souls do not know when to quit.
Nice. Just keep shooting. Don't you dare interrupt me.
This is an historic battle. The last stand.
Rocket.
They'll be building us statues for this!
And Groot. Oh boy. Drax.
Toss him around.
Nice.
We gotta keep him off.
Oh boy.
Cosmo.
Let's worry about keeping them off.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Nice. Hey.
We're the resistance now.
Alright. Come on. Stun. Nice.
I've been shooting that big bot for hours!
Nice.
We need to really pile it on.
Wow!
And
Piss off Groot!
here we go. Keep shooting. Rocket.
Why does the dog not find blast them?
I don't think he's in there no more.
This adversary is well fortified.
Indeed. Keep shooting. Gamora?
Time to shred up! Nobody kicks the dog on my...
Here we go.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
Nice. Oh, Cosmo, no!
What the fuck are you doing? He's one of them now.
He's our friend.
Yeah, so is Drax. And I ain't going inside this fleabag's head.
Maybe it doesn't have to come to that. Hey, buddy.
Whoa.
Take him out before it's too late.
Wait! He's still in there. I can hear him.
I hear only barking.
Focus your mind. He's there.
Oh, Flark, just shoot the
Oh
butts.
boy.
No!
Easy, bud. Friends, remember?
He's Peter Quill. Cosmo knows never a lie.
Yeah, buddy. It's me. It's all of us.
Where is... Cosmo smelled... Smell of... nowhere.
Where else would we be, Furbrain?
His mind is addled. Or he is simply a dog.
He doesn't see us. He's still in the promise.
Cosmo, where are you? What do you see?
blue sky and cars to chase. Cosmo is back. Duma, how you say? Home.
Oh no.
He's talking about Earth.
Smell of fresh grass. Feeling of dirt between paws. No psychic burden, just Loki's for going. And the ball for fetching.
If you missed your home planet, could you not simply return at any time?
Not at time that matter. Same reason Carthagia, not go home.
Nowhere is your home. Right here and now.
Nowhere is nothing. Dead heads, mind for scrap.
It's way more than that. This place is special.
If by met you mean I saved your bark, then yeah, we met here.
It's true. Nowhere was first place since Earth. Cosmo not feel like stray dog. First time, Cosmo forget what was lost.
This place is a haven for misfits like us. Like you. It's home. Earth is just some rock where you were born.
It's not about rock. It's about what Cosmo had on rock. Foot of bed for sleeping, belly for rubbing, color with name.
You miss being someone's property?
Cosmo not property. Belong to family. Then one day, family gone. Men in suits send Cosmo into space. Cosmo searched many dog years for those he lost. But yet...
You had owners. It sounds like they gave you up.
I lost my family too. My mom died right in front of me when I was just a kid.
Then Piotr Quill should know. Cosmo would work like dog to have family back.
If they are part of this promise, these humans are most assuredly dead. Do not be swayed by the bribe of their return as I was.
Promise is only empty until fulfillment be. Perhaps it's Carthagia who lost hope too quickly.
Come on, Cosmo, you gotta know this doesn't smell right.
Piotr Quill is right. Cosmo human have no smell.
They are wicked perversions. You must bite them with all your might.
Be gone! Cosmo not fix your lies.
That's it, buddy. You tell him.
Nowhere is Cosmo home be. His pups, his family, will protect at all costs.
Yay!
Sick 'em, boy.
Should we help him? I mean, we may need him.
I am optimistic for the beast's recovery.
Cosmo's got his mission. We've got ours. Let's get to the Cortex.
Yay, we saved Cosmo.
Okay?
He's got a thick coat.
All right, I still got access codes from when me and Groot were on vacation.
You mean when you quit the team?
Why do you always gotta be so... Flark! Attacking Scratch Snatchers. Gah!
Cosmo changed the codes.
I guess so.
All right, people. Let's find another way through.
Perhaps you entered the code incorrectly. I have made the same mistake.
With those sausage fingers? Of course you have. These nimble digits don't make mistakes.
Drax?
Drax, can you handle this?
An intriguing texture.
Nice.
I fear I will regret this.
Just don't start kicking up dust.
So, stolen codes, jail time. What exactly were you and Groot doing down here before?
We picked up a job from a Signog at Mantlos, while you were off looking for the mutt.
What job?
The less you know, the better. What was that?
An earthquake?
Unlikely. We are not on Earth.
Whatever they're doing, I think they just took it to the next level.
Hold on. There we go. Don't quite have enough for upgrades, unfortunately.
Ritual must be starting soon.
Good question, bud. How do we know we can even stop something this powerful? Probably a question for the bug lady. Too bad she ditched us.
To save her people.
Raker said Nikki chose nowhere for the ritual, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time letting that one go.
But that means
Yuck.
I am so done with brains and the Universal Church of Crap.
You didn't quite finish your dialogue, Quill.
The way the church spreads their faith to me.
Guardian of Galaxy, Cosmo is owing Bolshoi death.
Welcome back! Hey, we've got an army of church dudes between us and the Cortex. You coming?
Yes, Cosmo is retaking power and security, where his pups are hiding. Without power, nowhere is being lost. Pups too.
Gotcha!
Here we go.
Careful up there, buddy! Remove the shield!
Here we go. Just keep shooting.
Get off this brain, the better!
Is this even safe to walk on?
Oh boy. Oh, alright. Here we go.
Open invitation, people!
Finally! I'm sick of those
Here we go.
nasty mines!
Woo.
What's the large one's explosive?
And Groot. Rocket.
What is
Nice.
next, Peter Quill?
Here we go. Get him, Gamora.
This is a site of power, a fine place for a bloody battle.
Oh boy.
Bad places to shoot people!
Come on. Can I just punch you off? Oh boy. Indeed. Indeed they are. I want to kill this guy. Come on. God, you take so many shots.
Our enemies are just as exposed. Throw that Drax! Another crazed Nova Corps soldier down!
Let's grab that freaking field!
Show him who's boss!
Oh boy. Nice. Oh, get him.
Don't let them pick you off!
You really need to invest in some firepower,
Good work,
Gamora!
you two! I
Nice.
think we need to worry about those
Here we go.
mines.
Heck yeah.
Those poor goons got brain security detail.
Gross.
That's
Alright. Hold on. Who do I not? Okay, between Drax and Groot. Probably just do Groot, to be honest. Nice. Okay. Alright, pretty good, pretty good.
Lot of brain powder.
Yeah, that stuff will turn your airway to sludge. Gray lung, they call it.
Good thing I've got my mask.
Oh boy.
That won't help. Them particles are so fine, they're already seeping right in. You probably already got the gray lung.
Lungs are already gray.
And you know that...
I have seen them many times.
Ah. How do I get up here? Alright, hold on. Cool.
Groot's asking if there might be tiny people living inside our heads.
Ah.
Drax
Here we
will
go.
help, Evo.
Readily.
Set her
Place
down,
it
bud.
here.
What are you doing? That's the way we came.
I'll be quick.
I just like upgrade components, buddy.
I hunger.
For battle?
I did not eat on the ship.
There's plenty of brain tissue to go around.
It can wait.
Thanks, Drax. Thank you. Ah. Found my way up. Alright. And let's see.
What
Up
do the
there?
buyers do with all of the brain matter?
They buy bone scrapes and spinal fluid too.
Why?
They're mostly scientists, trying to understand the mysteries of the universe or create the next big weapon.
Okay, let's see. Maybe I can... Okay. Drax. I know what must be done.
Why do the mightiest powers of the universe not intervene against the Church? Galactus, the Stranger, the Living Tribunal.
They didn't show up for the Galactic War either, and we won it without them.
Your mistake is thinking they give a single flark about the rest of us.
Drax, over here! Hurry!
I move as swiftly as is necessary.
Well, you know I was just messing with you.
What's that?
There ain't no such thing as gray lung.
He was holding his breath the whole time.
I know.
Oh, you so felt it. Gray lung.
Nice.
Did you guys know?
Oh, yeah.
Naturally.
You're always good for a laugh.
Oh boy.
Careful, this place is practically falling apart.
Could be all of nowhere looks like this soon.
It'll get back on its feet.
Giant head does not have feet.
It used to.
Thank you, Gamora. Nice.
I'm surprised Thanos never tried to take Nowhere's resources during the war. What do you see?
Same stuff, but higher.
Whoa. That actually looks kind of cool.
Ugh, I have brain chunks stuck between the ridges of my boots.
As do I.
Like somebody's melted gum.
Nobody better trail none of that gunk into my ship.
You mean my ship? Oh, hold on. Wait, what? There's more? Where was
There is
it?
a way to steer nowhere directly into the rift.
Can't risk it if Nikki's here.
You want to erase the best place in the galaxy? No way!
Okay. Now that I've got all my upgrade components that I can find at the moment. Here we go. Ooh, a workbench. Hell yeah.
I don't know what's more dizzying in this place.
Although
Looking
I
up
don't
or
know if I
looking
have
down.
any
Neither. Look
upgrades
your enemies in
available.
their eyes.
What if I could? Staring down somebody's crotch ain't as effective.
Ah, nope. Still fall short. That's unfortunate.
Why do you tease me with crafting, Quill?
So they just up and left all this once they discovered the Cortex?
If by up and left you mean that mutt went barking mad and booted everyone out, then yup.
Hey, Groot, think you can get me up there?
I am Groot.
Right about there.
This seems impertinent to our task.
I want to get a look from up high.
Scoping?
Scoping. This place smells weird.
It's the brains. Goes sour if it sits too long.
Smells like metal and...
Yes.
No, something
There we
else.
Kriya,
What's that?
the waste product of a large Catathian slug.
I'm not sure slug piss
boy.
is exactly what I was thinking of.
It is unmistakable.
Alright, here we go. Okay, okay. Should be able to get at least one upgrade.
He wants to know what could have decapitated a Celestial.
Likely it was an exceptionally large blade.
I never want to meet whoever was wielding it.
Here we go.
Small marvel crafted.
Ah, I'm so close to almost all the perks, man.
Now that that's done, can we get a move on, Jelly Legs?
Sure.
Whoa! Tremors have intensified.
That's one way of
Indeed.
putting it.
It is an accurate statement.
Well, it don't help none. Oh, what have they done to you?
Hmm. Can I drop down? Nice.
Hurts to see all my investments go up in smoke.
What investments?
My baby.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Rocket.
You, okay, Rocket?
No, I ain't okay. The Cortex, nowhere. What's gonna happen to this place? This filthy dump of cheap booze and shady units is the closest thing I got to a home.
This isn't the first time someone's tried to take over Nowhere, and it won't be the last. We've still got Cosmo on our side. Once we give the church the boot, he'll whip this place back into shape.
Hopefully not too good a shape. Thanks, Quill.
No problem, buddy. Alright. Continuing with the story.
Minor hiccup we need to consider. How do we even shut down the Cortex now that it's all supercharged?
Yeah, there ain't gonna be an easy off button on that thing.
Any chance you can hack it?
We ain't talking about some junky appliance. This is the Flarkin Continuum Cortex.
The Cortex isn't the problem here. It's the Flarknards who've hijacked it. We take them down, and the Cortex is just a machine with nobody at the wheel.
You know there is a wheel. I saw no wheel.
Yeah, there ain't no wheel, but I don't like the idea of just leaving that thing powered up with church scum. We should focus on them faith conduits. I'm betting they all route through the same junction. That's gonna be the weakness.
Fair point. Oh, man.
Soon to be one less.
Pull you down. I will pull you down. And rocket. Fire away. Yeah. Alright, group.
Getting real sick of these skips bringing more tubes!
They can send as many as they like, and we'll all perish.
Oh, I can freeze you. Nice. Nice. Oh, now I know what to do.
Just be careful with the stops there, big guy! Don't want to lock down space car!
Haha, I'm invulnerable.
Quill's killing Loopy Connor now. Music to my ears.
Thanks, Drax. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Hey, Gamora, you want to slice them up? Nice.
Unleash me onto these fools!
As you wish, Drax.
We are the herd! Trace me!
Nice. You just threw him straight off. That's amazing.
We can't keep getting pulled into skirmishes.
Like we have any choice. They shoot, we shoot.
Over here. Guess we're climbing brains again.
I
All right,
guess so.
group, let's make a bridge of our own.
Just watch out for quakes.
Man, I really hope Warlock makes it to the finish line.
No, Goldie ain't counting on us. To him, we're just a bunch of scuts soiling his fancy boots.
He's seen what we can do.
More importantly, we know what we can do. All right, easy now.
So, once we get Nikki, we wait for Warlock to catch up?
And the bug lady.
Our plan requires a great many people.
Who said saving the galaxy would be easy?
Let's just take it one thing at a time. Get Nikki and stop this fulfillment thing.
How pragmatic of you.
Trying not to count my chickens before they hatch.
That would be counting eggs. Now is clearly not the time for that.
Careful. Gets a little... Whoa!
Here we go.
Peter, do you want to do the honors?
Totally. Watch this. Surprise, Scott Fuckers!
And Gamora. Oh boy. Here you go. Pull you down. And rocket.
Way to knock some sense into him!
Yeah. That's very funny of you, Gamora. Yeah.
Don't worry about me, bud. I'm enjoying this.
Get closer. Oh, never mind. Group beat me to it.
Stretch, people! Everything you've got!
This many troops? Breaker has to be inside the Cortex.
Yeah, I would agree. Group.
That was awesome!
Nice. Hey, come on now. Ah, you and your... Alright, hold on. Groot, can you tie this guy down? Alright then, Drax.
You're up, big guy!
Is the whole church here?
Alright,
Focus
bud.
should be divided between here and Lamentis, right?
Here we go. Yep. Alright. Hold on.
Haven't had a brawl like this since the war!
Oh boy. Huddle.
Guys, huddle up!
Victory will soon be ours, my friends, unless they send reinforcements.
If they do, we'll have to move like lightning. Hit them from behind. But what if they're too fast? We'll need another plan.
Too fast? Too fast?
Hey! Every battle comes with some kind of curveball. Trying to predict where it's gonna land only makes things worse. Relax. It's easy to overthink when things get tense, but if we focus...
We can hit him hard.
Yeah.
With me!
Ultra's field must wait!
You said...
Woo! Alright. Now Rocket.
Rifle now, Rocket!
Once we get inside,
Nice.
I'm on Raker!
Don't be
Oh,
mad
boy.
if I accidentally put a couple of rounds in that ass bag.
Oh, my frame rate. Oh, it's tanking so bad. Real?
Slice and dice!
My mind
Woo.
Just keep
Nice.
pointed at the other team.
Oh, man. Alright, Rocket.
Rocket! Nuke 'em!
Woo!
This is bringing back war memories!
Only this time there's no resistance to help
Here we go.
out.
Oh, here we go. Nice.
Feels like we're up against the entire army!
Their losses
Can I freeze you? Maybe not.
Let's see those branches! Almost there!
Here we go.
Push through this!
They will regret angering the Tathian warrior! What is next, Peter?
Here we go. Gamora?
Run them through!
One less cultist to worry about!
Oh man, this thing again.
Shall stab!
Woo! What is it? Triangle? Oh man, it's tanking so bad.
Doesn't matter! Raker, die!
They grabbed the long...
Whew, excuse me.
Is the whole church here?
Their focus should be divided between here and Lamentis, right?
Oh, the Strax out of commission.
Guys, what do we do about this big boss?
Here we go. Nice. Oh, he has another health bar.
Just keep it pointed at the other team.
Here we go. Switch to shock. Nice. Pick his arm. Yeah.
Well done, you two! A tactfully executed maneuver!
And Gamora.
Slash him, Gamora!
Oh, the frame rate, it's tanking so badly. Drax. Groot.
Stop him short, Groot! Is it me or we barely denting this thing?
Things built up. We need to really pile it on.
Can you? Come on.
Hey, Quill, want to see some fireworks?
Yeah, I do.
About time!
Here we go. Nice.
Now the true battle begins.
Everyone ready? Game face is on.
I have only one face.
Well, put it in mean mode.
Done!
What's everybody thinking?
I'm thinking if Goldie didn't finish him off already, I got a grenade with Raker's name on it.
Keep an eye out for Nikki. We get her away from these wackos, then worry about finding Warlock, Mantis, and whoever else.
I have faith your spawn will be saved, Peter Quill.
Let's not use the F word.
We're not gonna lose her again.
Keep going this way, I guess. Yep. Alright. Use the local network to open, huh? Oh, nice.
Everyone quiet. What did they do to the Cortex? Nikki! They strapped her to their Flarkin machine, and they're making the hand direct all the galaxy's faith energy right into it.
Fulfillment has begun.
We gotta get her out of there. But how?
Free the hand, and they lose power. I count 4 cables. Let's pull them out.
Alrighty. Whew. This is gonna be an interesting battle.
My blade should be able to slice into them.
Oh boy. Whew. Alright.
Sick of tracks! Anyone see Raker?
No, no sign of him.
Oh boy.
Scary like right.
There we go.
We disrupt their ritual.
We need to
They will
get
do
Nikki
anything
out
to
of there
stop
before it
us.
kills her.
There we go. Nice.
A hovering
Oh
shaman
boy.
is blessing his flock.
Chrome Dome's gotta go before we're overrun.
Alright, hold on.
We need to freeze Nikki. She must be so scared.
I agree. He probably is.
Gotta cut that Flar's connection to his friends.
And he will suffer for it.
I can't believe they enslaved continuous Cortex. I mean, we've all thought about it.
There we go.
But still.
Alright, hold on.
I am
There we go.
trying to destroy.
That did something. Look at the hand.
Nice.
One down, 3 to go.
Alright. You guys gotta kind of carry on.
I got all these toys. I'm just dying for you.
You do that then, Rocket.
Light him up, Rocket!
Oh boy.
I need to unplug it 3 more times!
There we go.
Who knew whooping cultists could be
wait.
this much fun?
Way to take him to church, man!
We gotta unplug these nasty things.
I know what I have to unplug. Alright, hold on.
Get ready.
There we go.
You're welcome.
Next round's on me!
I don't know why, but I'm reminded of like
Shut down
Star
that
Wars.
thing. We saved the universe, right?
That's the theory.
Rocket! Blast him! Why do you have
And
to be so high up?
I bet you can to get up there.
Floating one restores
more,
his companions.
What's the opposite of heal?
man.
Let's do that to him!
there we go. Hold on. I can't call anyone.
I'm cutting them down as fast as I can.
Why do we not simply destroy?
There we go.
You want to rupture a super state just south?
There we go.
The flying one needs a spell.
There we go.
Put a target on him.
There we go.
Been too long since I blew something up.
Can't afford to wait. There we go. Groot, can you slow him down? Come on. There we go. Oh boy. Rocket?
Right. The bubble's drunk. We can get at that
Oh boy.
last one now.
Star-Lord!
Don't make this a habit!
Oh, I'm stuck! Oh boy, I gotta recover. Oh my gosh. No, I'm about to die! Oh my gosh. No! There's so many of them! Why did there have to be so many? Do I have to start off with like 0 of them done? God, this loads time. Alright. Oh my gosh.
We can get at that last plug now. Let's get
to
it.
Alright, he said last plug, so... Where is the last plug? Up here? Whew. Oh, come on! There we go. Alright, you know what? Hold on. Invulnerable. Sucker!
The priest is boosting his runs!
Invulnerable suckers! Here we go, come on! Come on! Let's do it! Come on! I'm tapping it! I'm tapping it so fast! Come on! Teamwork! Come on! There we go.
Nikki! It's okay, I got you.
Whoa!
Why do you insist on ruining everything? If you won't join me, then just stay away.
This is why I don't have kids.
Nikki, this isn't gonna end how you think.
Says who? You? I saw what you did. You should want to take it back. I can feel the light inside me. The promise will be fulfilled.
Does she not realize her plan has been thwarted?
This... a minor setback. Isn't that right, Grand Unifier?
Grand Unifier? Oh, this guy again.
The Cortex was meant merely to ease the burden on you, Matriarch. We shall retreat. Please, give me the swift cue.
He actually took down Warlock. Holy crap.
Is this him? The first divine vessel?
A pale shadow to your magnificence, Matriarch.
Let him watch me do what he could not. I'll draw faith across the entire galaxy myself if I have to.
If you think you can handle...
I'll handle whatever it takes.
Nick.
Ooh, man, things do not look good right now.
Damn it! They ain't getting far. I got a tracker on Golden Boy's butt.
You what?
Yeah, I tagged him back on the bridge in case he ditched us again. We just gotta get back to the Milano.
Rocket, don't ever change.
So that's why you shot him in the butt.
Tracker's online. Confirming Goldie's on the Dast and Sacro Scut.
Seatbelts, everyone. We're going in hot.
Crap. Hold on. Hold on. Got him! Alpha Hercules system, inside the Keystone Asterism.
Got it. Coordinates are in.
We're not getting away this time.
And I'm on a loading screen.
Power down, power down. Hell yeah, Nova Corps! The world mine must have...
Oh no. Ooh, this is not good.
Well, can't say we didn't try.
Nikki's in there somewhere. There's gotta be a way.
Yes, we overpower them with our own vastly superior fleet. Well, regrettably, we do not have one.
Guys, we do our best work when we're out of options. Somebody's got to have something.
Groot?
Rocket, anything?
What about the Ravagers? You could ask for a temporary truce.
Yondu's rotting away in the kiln thanks to me.
Could bust them out.
Jailbreak the kiln. I'd rather take my chances with the church fleet.
I'll bust them out.
Yeah, I'd bet on Gamora.
As would I.
So would I, but it doesn't matter. The rest of the Ravagers scattered during the war. Any survivors are laying low or serving time in one of a dozen backwater planets. Besides, what's a pirate without a ship?
Oh, Cammy. Drax?
Drax.
You have royal blood. Perhaps it is time for the Prince of Spartax to return and rally his people.
You been to Spartax lately?
I have not. But Spartoid technology is well beyond...
Spartax was sacked during the war because of its tech. You can't even land there anymore.
Groot?
Groot, and no bad ideas.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. We're not going to the Chitauri.
That is the kind of wild card we're looking for, just not that one. The snakes would shoot us in the back.
Assuming they don't shoot us in the front.
You have any ideas, Cammy?
Hold on. What if the answer's been slobbering right in front of us this entire time?
Peter Quill, this beast cannot operate a ship.
That's not what I'm saying. Think about it. Cammy's pretty much useless to us, but she's also useless to the church. They want people to brainwash. I bet animals aren't even on their radar.
They went after Cosmo.
Cosmo's mind is way more advanced than ours. His intelligence makes him weak to the promise, just like Rocket.
Thanks, but not an animal.
What I'm saying is we know someone with an entire beast army, and I bet Raker hasn't even looked twice at her.
How can you be certain she is not one of them?
I am Groot.
Guardians of the Gut.
Nope, she's good.
You do realize she still wants to flay us and feed us to her babies?
Guys, this is it. Okay, our one last long shot. We've got to find a way to apologize and make things right. Okay, we'll get her a gift. A peace offering.
Groot ain't going back in a cage.
No, think bigger. Way bigger. The one beast that she'd want more than any other. Drax knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes!
Oh, no.
Here it comes!
You know where we're going. To Maklufor! To battle the legendary Fin Fang Foom!
Yeah, we're totally gonna fly into that, aren't we?
They say that the rings of Maklufor perpetually rain fire down upon the godless abominations that dwell below.
How fun.
I'm sure it's worse than it looks, too.
It is. Many of my people braved this same treacherous pilgrimage before me, never to return.
Mark! Hang on to something!
That was close.
Hey, if you got it...
Ah, you jinxed yourself. Oh, I'm flying it? Oh no.
Stabilizers are shot! Repair systems are overloaded!
Oh
We
boy.
are destined to crash. Try at least to crash into Fin Fang Foom.
Nobody's crashing!
Oh, we're crashing!
Oh boy.
Whoa!
Flark!
Oh no.
These peaks of...
Sorry guys. My bad. I just hate these loading screens. Yeah, my bad guys. Kinda dropped the ball on that one. Oh, here we go.
No!
Stabilizers are shot! Repair systems are overloaded!
If we are destined to crash, try at least to crash into Fin Fang Foom.
Nobody's crashing!
Oh, we're
Oh
crashing!
boy. I don't know where to go.
Whoa!
Flark!
Just trying to slow us
Oh
down!
boy.
Fear!
Stop yelling!
Fear!
Watch out for the thing, Peter!
Oh boy.
We not hit
Oh
all
my
things?
The
god.
objective, yes!
I'm turning the analog stick, man. I don't know where to fly. Flying to Milano is not my strong suit.
Flark!
No!
Stabilizers are shot! Repair systems are overloaded!
If we are destined to crash, try at least to crash into Fin Fang Foom.
Nobody's crashing!
Oh, we're crashing!
Oh boy.
These peaks...
Whoa!
Flark!
Just trying to slow us down!
Fear!
Stop yelling!
Fear!
Okay.
Watch out for the thing, Peter!
Which thing?
Pretty sure she means all the things!
Peter!
Watch out for the thing! Yeah, I got it!
Come on.
Scott!
Take it.
Can we not hit all the things?
That is the objective, yes! coming down hard!
Oh boy.
Hang on to something!
Am I still in control? Oh, Drax is having a good time at least.
Okay. Oh, a little bumpy, but we're all okay, right? And we're laughing. That's good.
It's perfect. This is us. This is how we park.
Well, this is how Quill parks, anyways.
We're not fated to die this day. Unless, of course, Fin Fang Foom devours us whole.
Hey, whoa, we gotta find him first. Shall we? Oh, this is insane.
This is how we park, yeah.
Oh boy.
Whoa! That definitely shouldn't be sparking!
We can worry about that after we catch our dragon.
And convince Lady Hellbender to help us bust the church a new one.
Before setting out on our quest, let us rouse our spirits with a Catathian battle anthem.
What? Like now?
You know what? Flark it. Let's do it.
Listen closely. Ancient Catathian is a powerful tongue with words that hold great meaning. Follow as I lead the melody. Soltaju tupluk, Heldagor Morgath, Soltath Flandergath.
Sothraju Tudluk,
Peldago Morgath, Soltath Flandurgath.
Targath Gonot Kol, Volmalki Ultath, Gothan Kol Galmak.
Targath Gonot Kol, Volmalki Ultath, Gothan Kol Galmak.
Pelmafin Sarduth, Jutkaina Gultau, Gothan Kol Galmak.
Pelmafin Sarduth,
Jutkaina Galtau, Gothan Kol Galmak.
Galmak.
How long is this chant?
What does that last line mean, Drax?
Soltath Flandurgath. It means we will be victorious.
Yeah. Alright. I think that's a good stopping point. Been playing for, I don't know, about 2 hours. I think that's a good stopping point. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.